Hello, and welcome back to one of my crappy little videos. Ignore the background. There are some renovations going on in my room. And this is Seth. I won him from the carnival. And today I am talking about my surgery. So I do want to just give a trigger warning. There's going to be mentioning and pictures of the liquid that keeps you alive, and IVs and things related to surgery. I'm also going to add some pictures of like my stitches and bruising on the side of my face. So I want to give a warning about that. And so with that, I will start yapping. So why did I have to get my surgery? I had a slipped disc in my jaw. So basically the discs is what helps you open and close your mouth. So basically this side I could barely open. Mine was slipped forward and folded, so it was like about right here, and it's supposed to be right up here. It was like that for about 5 years. My mom kept mentioning it to my orthodontist, and the orthodontist said that is a dentist issue. The dentist would then say it's an orthodontist issue, which it was an orthodontist issue. The orthodontist had felt me open and close my jaw a few times, and she said it feels like there's a little bit of like a catch to it, but to just stay away from chewy foods, which is dumb. So after I moved, my new dentist immediately said that there was something wrong and that I needed to go to a TMJ doctor. The TMJ doctor felt me open my mouth maybe like 3 times and said, "You have a slipped disc." And after, she said worst case scenario would be surgery. And after she saw my MRI, I got referred to a maxillofacial surgeon, something like that, I don't really know. And that doctor was the one who did my surgery. Now, afterwards, after I had already gotten the referral, when I went back the last time, the orthodontist was like, "Oh yeah, here's a place that you can go." And my mom's like, "It's too late." And also on her door it says that she does TMJ issues, so I think that she knew that she did something wrong. And she kept saying that there was nothing I've done to cause this, which makes me think she did do something to cause it. So I don't like her. Absolutely not. So I want to start off with the first surgery that I had gotten. So on March 6th, I got my first surgery of this year. And that was not the best experience. I get there, and after a little bit, I'm brought into my pre-op room. They didn't want to give me the giggle juice until later, so they took my blood through an IV, like an IV needle, in my hand. And I have a bleeding disorder, so that's why they have to give me an IV in the first place, to clot my blood. And so I was chilling there with a needle in my hand for 3 hours. They didn't even actually give me my IV for 3 hours. So I'm chilling with a needle in my hand. My hand is hurting. I'm freaking out. I'd also like to mention I'm very scared of needles and terrified of getting my blood drawn. I'd rather get a tattoo than get my blood drawn. So I cannot do needles and things like that. So when I had actually gotten the IV, the nurse was a hand talker. So she's talking to my mom, trying to hook the actual IV to the needle in my hand. So she's moving around with her hands. I'm trying to follow her with my hand because it's tugging on the needle that is in my hand. And that was making me nauseous. I did not like that. And then the doctor comes in. The shirt that the scrubs that he was wearing was very low cut, and his chest hair was just out and about, which in my opinion was very unsanitary. So after I had been there for 4 hours, I got taken back to the surgery, the operation room. The surgery was that they put needles in my face, so they flushed out the joint and put a steroid in there, and then on both sides they did this, and then put a camera in on this side to see if my disc was damaged or not. So after my surgery, apparently when they were taking my breathing tube out, I started trying to fight them, and they said that's only common in larger teenage boys. I'm not a large teenage boy. So I was quite literally throwing hands with them. And so after my surgery, I woke up. I was pretty out of it. I was able to ask my mom for my phone, and I was texting people. Literally immediately asked if I could go to Five Below. Priorities. I did not go to Five Below that day, by the way. So my throat was hurting, which they said was normal. They offered me a popsicle, which I didn't take, which was a mistake. My mom was trying to give me water, and she ended up like spilling it all over me, so that was fun. My face kept bleeding, and I will add pictures of that. And I couldn't move one of my eyebrows, which they had said that if they were to hit a nerve, that I probably wouldn't be able to move my eyebrow again, so we were freaking out. Just a heads up, I was okay in the end. I can move both of my eyebrows. Fast forward to when I was getting discharged. They wheel me out. My mom decides to stop and use the bathroom, and I start getting very nauseous and lightheaded. I thought I was gonna pass out. My nurse forgot to give us something, and so my mom was like, hey, she's really not feeling good, so they take me back in. And so apparently my sugar had dipped, so they gave me a popsicle, and then I was fine. So the recovery for that surgery was brutal. My jaw ended up locking shut for a week, and that had happened one time before, right before my birthday. My jaw like locked shut for a week, and I quite literally couldn't eat. So then this happened this time, and this was the less invasive surgery. I didn't eat solid foods for a week. I could only eat ice cream. I could barely eat ice cream. I was pretty badly swollen to be expected, and the surgery only had a 30% chance of working anyway, and of course it didn't, because my body's a bitch. So that was the first surgery. It was not a good experience. It was awful. So now my more recent surgery, June 3rd of this year, so my surgeries were only like a couple months apart. So we get there, and same thing as last time, I get put in the pre-op room. This time, they gave me the giggle juice before they even stuck me for my IV, which really helped, because the last time I'm sitting there with a needle in my hand, freaking out for hours. So they gave me the giggle juice before they even stuck me, which it's a good thing they did, because I was told that when they did stick me for the IV, they picked a big like needle or a big vein, and blood started going everywhere. My mom said that they were trying to hurry up and clean it up, and that they like blood got on the blanket. They had to change my blanket. Like, it was bad. And I would have freaked out. So I was pretty out of it for about like 2 hours, I'd say. I will put the video, I made like a video of the funny things that I have said, so I'll include that now.
Why not?
Because I'm high. It's horrifying. You don't understand. You have two eyes, and
I have
your
two
mouth,
eyes now?
your mouth, and then below your mouth is your mouth.
So if I smile, does it make it even worse? So what are they doing to your jaw?
They're doing the... I can't focus with you and your 4 eyes and your 2 mouths.
How many fingers am I holding up?
2, 5, 10.
Huh?
9.
I looked at 10! To keep your other bracelet on.
Ben made it for me.
Yeah? And how does it make you feel?
Safe.
Safe?
How do you feel about Ben? Before and like... It's 4, and then added to your eyebrow, 2. You look like an alien from outer space.
Thank you. I get that a lot. You excited?
No. I'm struggling a little.
What are you trying to do on your phone? What are you trying to do?
My family was expecting for me to say something about the doctor's chest hair, because he was apparently wearing the same thing again. I don't remember. And what I do remember was when the tail end of when the doctor was in here. I don't even remember what he said. He just had like 6 eyes and was extremely blurry. So I can't remember seeing his chest hair. But apparently I kept telling everybody in the room how many eyes that they had. So that's fun. So my memory kind of goes in and out from that point on. I can remember little things, just not everything. Apparently, I asked my mom what happened to my hand 3 times. She said I looked at my hand and went, "What happened?" And she explained it, what happened. A few seconds later, "Oh my god, what happened?" And she explains it again. And for a 3rd time, I go, "What happened? What the fuck happened?" And so she's like, "I just explained it to you 3 times. So she had to keep explaining to me why my hand was bloody, which this is what it looked like. So it's understandable why high me was concerned. So long story short, they wheel me back. It took a lot longer for me to like pass out this time when they gave me the anesthesia. And I remember getting back there. They let me take all my stuffed animals with me, which I love that. I actually took my stuffed Stitch with me, which I will explain in my next video. But they were like hooking me up to things. They didn't like knock me out first, which they didn't even take them off this time. Like when I got home, I had to peel them off. But anyway, and after I woke up, I wasn't in as much pain. I didn't try to fight the doctors this time. I could hear the nurse and my mom talking, and the nurse was saying that she needed to wake me up. So I asked my mom for my phone, and I like typed out like, "I can hear you, but I can't keep my eyes open. I was tired." So I ate a popsicle and crackers this time, because this time I didn't pass out when I got discharged. However, when I sat up, I got extremely nauseous and just laid back down. That's why they gave me crackers. So for this surgery, they drilled a hole into my jawbone and anchored the disc to it. Ignore the music in the background. I told my family I was making YouTube videos and to be quiet, but they don't listen. So literally the day after my surgery, I hung out with one of my friends. I was a little out of it because of the meds I was on. The day after my surgery, I felt worse for like 2 or 3 days, and then I was fine. I was extremely swollen. It took me a week to even be able to eat noodles, and then luckily my jaw didn't lock up this time, but then I ate noodles for a week. So after 2 weeks, I can finally eat actual food. The healing wasn't nearly as bad. My only issue was the stitches being extremely uncomfortable. So now I'm not really having any issues. My jaw does feel like a little uncomfortable. I am having some slight issues with it, but it's going to take like 8 to 10 weeks to be fully healed. So that's why I'm having a little bit of discomfort. But that is my surgery story. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.